welcome to the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network as we are getting ready for a doubleheader here from the Aggie soccer field this afternoon into the evening. Michael Giddens here, Alex Bauman on the camera to bring you soccer coverage for the Lady Aggies first against the Crossville Lady Lions, and we'll immediately follow with the boys game as well between Sylacauga and Crossville. Sylacauga comes into this game on a 3-game winning streak that was started, or excuse me, a 4-game winning streak that started with the Talladega County tournament, and they've really shown themselves very well over the last 2 games, 6-0 over Horseshoe Bend, and a Mercy Rule victory on Tuesday night in area play against Valley with a score of 10-0. Meanwhile, Crossville comes into this game with a win on Tuesday night against Aniana. Both will try to stay in the W column as the kickoff starts things here with the Lions with the ball in the white tops and the black shorts. Sylacauga in their pinstripe red and black. It'll be a throw-in for the Aggies. It'll end up with Bailey Malone. Tries to play it to Perez. Back with the Lions. And an opportunity to break here, but swept up pretty well by Brandy Gaspar on the back line. Played out. It will be a corner. No, a goal kick. Looked like it was possibly going to be a corner against Sylacauga, but we'll take it. Gigi Childress will get things underway again here in just a moment. Bouncing around, and Malone ends up with it, plays it high. Perez with a chance to run on. Can't get to it first. There's Pruitt playing a pretty good ball forward, and Maggie Forbes just unable to keep it in her possession, but the Aggies will have a throw in deeper in Lion territory. Pruitt throws it back to Malone. Good block there from the Lions. Trying to work it down the left. They'll work it out of play, and it's a Lady Aggie throw. Gaspar. Played over the top by Morelli Vega. Trying to run onto it. They get to it. Malone sweeps. She plays it down the near sideline. Kept under possession with the Lions. Anna Rivera plays it over to Milcora Jimenez. Aggies back with it. Childress. Gardner. Crossed in, but Gaspar ready for it. Goes up to Perez. Perez with the ball at her feet, dribbling left side, plays it to Malone. Malone looking for Forbes. And Jimenez. Nice skills to go from left to right. That's going to be played too far forward. Through ball, looking for 2 forwards running onto it, but Kayla Tinsley was well near the top of her 18-yard box. Well, here's a chance for the Aggies. Forbes is going to go off of her and out for a Lady Lion throw. Oh, big time play by Malone. Wins all ball. Plays it to Forbes. Forbes to Perez. Perez takes a shot, and it's just wide of the far post. She toe poked it from left to right, and she was just inches wide. So close for the opener for Natalie Perez, less than 5 minutes in. But we stay knotted up at 0-0. Goal kick. It goes all the way to Balcazar. She's looking for Vega. Back over the top. Gardner trying to get it. Make sure Balcazar can't get to it. She'll play it out for a throw. Gardner just plays it safe. Another throw in for the Lady Lions. That ball hit high into the box, bounces once, and then Tinsley comes out to claim. Perez trying to find Dennis. Malone can't get by two. Ball played down the right channel. One for Balcazar to run onto. She gets to it first. Back to Vega. Vega passes it into the middle of the field. She'll try it again. Pruitt and Gonzalez fighting for it. Gonzalez plays it back. Good skills there from Rivera. Looking for a teammate, can't find one. Gardner winning the physical battle down there against Balcazar. It will be another throw in for the Lady Lions. And that one just too far away on the touch from Balcazar, goes out for a goal kick. Only real chance from either team in the first 10 minutes or so coming from Natalie Perez. Just barely missing her opportunity to open the scoring. Childress. Only as far as Vega. And they'll go right back to Tinsley, and we'll do it over. Garner, Malone, Perez. Ooh, just misses controlling it. This will go out of play and an Aggie throw. Kissick thought about taking it, instead leaves it for Gardner. Perez. Tinsley goes all the way to Forbes. Forbes back to Pruitt. Pruitt looking for Perez. Oh, good job by Perez. Wins it back. Can run with the ball. Has a teammate in Dennis. He goes back to Perez. Perez thinks about the shot, and it's just going to be wide to the right for a goal kick. day for Sylacauga Athletics. So you got baseball taking place right now. You can hear that on Mix 106.5 with Jeremy Law. As that shot comes in, and it's a goal from Elena Kissick. The Aggies just high pressing off of the goal kick. Turn over the Lady Lions easily, and Kissick netted it in the bottom left corner. And the Aggies lead 1-0. On the restart here, the Aggies trying to get the ball back quickly and keep this momentum up. Good touch from Balcazar, gets by 1, then almost 2. Plays it back to Vega. Vega crosses it in, but Tinsley, safe hands. Dennis on the end of this. He's going to go out for a throw for the Aggies. A great job by Malone. Tough ball to deal with, and an opportunity here. It's going to be close between Tinsley and number 21, Garcia, and Tinsley able to get out there first. Great reaction time, jumping off her line and coming to get that. Dennis plays it forward for Forbes to run onto. Forbes is going to force a deep throw in for the Aggies. Ball gets away from Pruitt. Pretty good footwork there from Jimenez, who's only a 7th grader. This is a young Crossville team. This ball may be trouble. Bouncing around, 21 still with it, but can't get the shot off. It's going to be a corner. First corner of the game for Crossville. 27 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. The Aggies leading on an Elena Kissick goal. Corner goes towards the top of the box, and it'll be Perez that gets to it first. She sends it over to Forbes. Now it's just a sprint. Out of play, last off of the Lady Lions. Throw in pinballs off of Lady Lion and then Lady Aggie. Crossville with it. Malone sends it high. This is an opportunity for Perez to run onto. He's able to keep it. What a touch. Then goes by, and it's off the crossbar. Stays in play. Kissick comes over. And it's going to be cleared. Perez should have 2 right now, and instead she's still sitting at 0. Remarkably. Crossville let off the hook once again. It's going to be out of play. Right back to the Aggies. What a great piece of skill from Perez to get by the defender there, but just leaning back, sent it a little too high. Cervantes plays it forward. Childress gets it, but only past Jimenez. Garcia trying to run onto it, but Tinsley at the top of her box. She's been very active off of her goal line. High kick from the goal. Bounces around, eventually finds Vega. Vega to Dela Cruz, who goes over the top. It's going to end up with Dennis on the far side. Skips by 1. Plays it down the line for Forbes. Just a little bit out of a reach, out for throw-in. Jimenez. There's Pruitt. Malone. Back with Jimenez. Jimenez plays a pretty good ball down the left, but teammate not able to get to it. It's out for a throw-in. And just trading throw-ins right now. Dennis. Rollins is in the game now. Replacing Forbes. We got Sydney Carter in the game for Kissick. It looks like Ray Kemp has replaced April Gardner at left back. Rollins, a couple nice touches there, trying to get it to Pruitt. And again, matching in the game at right back. Pruitt. Well, she's trying to go back to Malone, not on the same page. There's Vega. Carter wins it. It's Perez now with a chance to run to the back line. Looking for support. She will go over to Carter on the left. And not afraid of a sliding tackle right there. It was Dela Cruz, junior for the Lady Lions, coming in strong on Carter. Throw in. Vega. Cervantes. Now it ends up with Carter. Back to Cervantes. It's out. Ruled last off the Lady Lions. Kemp with the throw in. And ball over the top. It's a pretty good one. Balcazar trying to run onto it. It's between her and Gaspar. Balcazar takes the shot. It's going to go in. It's a goal. Number 32, Kaylee Balcazar, the freshman for the Lady Lions, gets on the end of that ball over the top and just put it exactly in the bottom left corner where Kayla Tinsley just could not get over into it to save it in time. And just like that, it's all tied up between Sylacauga and Crossville 1-1. And I think if you ask Kayla, she'll say she should have saved that. It was just so well placed from Balcazar. Really caught the Aggie goalkeeper off guard. So we restart here 1-1 with just over 20 minutes remaining in the first half. Lions get the ball back on the start. Forbes, who's back in the game now, playing in the midfield. Balcazar causing more problems against this back line. And I think it's all the players thought it was going to be a corner, but it's a goal kick. All the Aggies are getting ready to defend a corner, and then they realized, oh, we don't have to. Nice little surprise. Childress on the restart. Fires it to Forbes. Forbes goes over to Carter here on the near sideline. Carter tried to play it back in play. Instead, she stepped on the ball, lost control, and not sure if that was just a wild shot attempt or trying to find a pass there from Aurora Flores. It's safely in the hands of Tinsley, though. She'll do one of her signature high kicks all the way at the top, bouncing towards Perez. And Perez just being shielded from getting to the ball there by Cervantes. Jimenez. Oh, that may be handball. It is handball on Gaspar, and it'll be a free kick for the Lady Lions. Let's see who they've got selected as their free kick taker in a shot position. It could be a pass, could be a cross. But this is a place where if you got a powerful free kick taker, a lot of danger could come from this. It will be a shot on goal, and it hits the crossbar. Still alive, bouncing around. The Aggies got to get rid of it, and they do with Forbes. Just past the 18-yard box, she'll look for Perez. Perez can start a break here. She's got Rollins in support. Also, Sydney Carter running down her left. She'll go left to Carter. It's going to be a foot race between Carter and the center back, and De La Cruz gets to it first. Throw in for the Aggies. Aggies aren't able to 1-2 combo with Perez and Carter, and they give it right back to Lady Lions. Rollins wins a header. This one for Shania Robinson to run onto. Throw in on the far sideline for the Aggies. 1-1. The score. neither team able to get true possession of the ball, just kind of pinging it back and forth to each other. Almost more headers being used than feet. Carter somehow keeps the ball there, spins it back towards Kemp. Kemp looking for Perez. She's found Perez. Perez can pick her head up, look for a teammate. Dribbles inside, trying to fend off one, now two, and eventually they corral her with 3 defenders. Last off the Aggies, it'll be a throw in for the Lady Lions. Quickly taken again. Pruitt looking for Rollins. Here's Jimenez. Jimenez missed her opportunity for a pass. Maybe it still comes, but unable to keep it in play. Down that far left side is the winger for the Lady Lions. It'll be a goal kick for the Aggies. Childress, the designated goal kick taker. Pretty good ball for either Rollins or Dennis to run onto. Neither can get to it. Gaspar. Nice touch to Pruitt. Pruitt loses out. Matchin. We'll play it out for a throw. Nice 1-2 there from the Lady Lions. Possibly a foul, no call. Goes over Matchin's head. Big time collision. Ball's still alive. Aggies got to get rid of it. And now this one hit high and over the goal. My goodness. Tinsley. I think, see that number correctly. Alana Francisco. Both trying to get the ball first in the 16-yard box, 18-yard box, and man, it was a big-time collision. Glad they're both up and seem to be all right. Goal kick comes to Malone. Jimenez gets it. Jimenez, silky smooth, dribbling around 2 defenders. That goal for the Lady Lions has given them life. The Aggies could have had 3 so far, but really since that goal for the Lady Lions, they've been the aggressor. The Aggies had to figure out a way to play in Crossville's half like they were for the majority of this first half. Ball's going to come off of Carter last, and it'll be a throw in for the Lady Lions right under the press box here. Couple subs for the Aggies. Play starting while the subs aren't off the field. Nice ball to Dennis. This ball's going to go out for Rollins. Looking for options. She'll try to pass it back inside. Gets Perez, and Perez just dribbles it a little too far. Throw in for the Lady Lions. Rollins first to it on the throw in. Gets to Dennis. Dennis with a shot, and The shot came just before the tackle. If she tried to dribble again, I think she gets a stonewall penalty, but she took the shot just a little bit too early, and it's wide. And that's a really tough break for the Aggies after a really good play from Rollins and Dennis. Still knotted up. 1-1. Goal kick goes straight to Perez. Another ball over the top to challenge these Aggies, and it's Garcia that gets to it first. Childress. Back to Garcia, looking for Jimenez. Jimenez. Balcazar gets it. Tinsley eventually ends up with it, but there's a lot of uncertainty with that Aggie back line with those balls over the top of who needs to deal with it. Really been the only true threat for the Lady Lions, but it has resulted in the one goal. They called a handball on Malone. I did not see it. She just miskicked it, but free kick for Crossville. Goes to Gaspar. That ball will go safely into the breadbasket of Kayla Tinsley. Looking for Dennis's right wing. Good job by Perez to help win the ball. Malone looking to release somebody over the top, but no Aggies were running onto it. Oh, straight to Dennis. Goalkeeper's out of position, takes the shot. It's a goal! Mia Dennis. Great footwork to win that ball back immediately from the goalkeeper, and she slotted it home with her left foot. With an open net to choose where she wanted to put it, she went right down the middle, and it's 2-1 Aggies. And it's really a big break for Sylacauga after that Crossville goal to tie things up. It had been mostly the Lady Lions attacking. But the Aggies seized their opportunity after missing the early ones. 9 minutes to go in the first half. The Aggies up 2-1. Rollins with a throw in. It'll end up with Balcazar, but Gaspar steps in front. She can find Malone. Malone tries to dribble through two. Can't get past Vega and Jimenez. Here's Garcia. Pruitt. Tinsley gets it on a hop. And right now you got an Aggie back line of Matchin, Pruitt, Childress, and Gaspar. Gaspar at left back. She's normally at center back with Childress, and Pruitt, who's almost always in the midfield, has had to go into center back, so it's a different look for the Aggies right now. See maybe if that's done out of precaution due to the over-the-top balls that have been working for the Lady Lions, or if there's an injury we don't know about. Either way, a unique-looking back line for the Aggies. This is an opportunity, and it was high hands from Pruitt. No call. Another shot comes in. Big-time save, Kayla Tinsley. It's still not able to get out of the 6-yard box before the Aggies finally clear it with Gaspar and Rollins. It only goes as far as Vega, but Gaspar in the perfect position again. Here's Rollins looking for a dribble. She gets one. She can go down this left side. Oh, and her pass a little bit too far inside for Malone, but she's quick to react, gets inside. High ball. Balcazar trying to fight with Childress for it. Here's Dennis. Does Dennis see Malone? She does. Malone trying to release Dennis. The goalkeeper doesn't want to come out like last time. She will get to it, though. Perez. And here's Dennis. Score the Aggies' last goal. Cross comes in. Malone bounces around. Perez scores, and it's 3-1 Sylacauga. The Aggies lethal on the break. And it's got to feel good for Perez after she missed those 2 early chances. She finally gets on the score sheet here. What we're used to seeing from Natalie Perez. As goals from Elena Kissick. And now, in the last couple of minutes, Mia Dennis and Natalie Perez make it 3-1 Sylacauga. Jimenez sends it forward again to Machin. What's interesting now about the Aggies formation is you got Perez playing deeper than we normally see, and Malone's moved up to almost a false 9 role of sorts. Here's Kissick after Malone won it. Still fighting for it. Tried to release Dennis. Forbes, Perez. Kept in play by Gonzalez on the left. Battling with Machin. Looking for a pass, can't get it past Childress. Garcia sends it towards Balcazar, the goal scorer for the Lady Lions. High cross, straight to Tinsley. Really high kick from Tinsley. Trying to find Malone. Was he aware? Here's Gonzalez again. To Garcia, back to Gonzalez. Cross. Looking for Balcazar. Sylacauga seems to have gained them a little bit of confidence defensively since those last 2 goals. Now looking as shaky on the back from the point where it was 1-1. Ware to Malone. Malone looking for support. We'll try to play Kissick down this left, and he's going to go out for a throw. Perez gets by 2 defenders. Once they're playing here, tries to go to Malone. Malone, Perez put her hands up before the shot was even taken, and she was correct as Malone scores to make it 4-1 Sylacauga. What a finish to this first half. The Aggies just stopped playing around with about 10 minutes to go in this half. And the scoreboard shows it. Forbes gets it on the restart, trying to find Kissick down the left. She's just unable to keep it in play. 4th Aggie goal scorer to Kissick, your first. Their numbers display their goal order. Perez trying to win this ball down the left. She's done fantastically since dropping into a deeper role. Something we're not as used to seeing. Ball can't get past Childress. Perez will just let it run out of play. 4th throw. Which Matchin takes, looking for Ware. Here's Garcia. Gaspar. Ware. Perez. And this is a great ball for Kissick to get to. Keeps it in play, dribbles by one. Lets Malone take it. Back to Forbes. Forbes midfield to Perez by one. Tries to go to Dennis. Going to end up with Gonzalez on the left. Forbes sweeps it up. Here's Perez. A bad ball, but a little bit too hard from Jimenez to Balcazar, and yeah, he's just looking to see out this last minute. Maybe tack on a 5th. Malone heads it. Gonzalez. And it'll go straight to Tinsley. Tinsley doesn't have to do anything if she doesn't want to. She will pick it up, though, and look for an option. Malone just booms it forward. It's out for a throw. 20 seconds remains in the first half. The Aggies up 4-1. They've scored the last 3 goals. The ball gets through and attempting Kissick to run onto it, but not able to. Forbes tries her luck right before the buzzer sounds. As we conclude the first half, the Aggies took the opening lead, 1-0 off Elena Kissick. They would be tied up by the Lady Lions through Kaylee Balcazar, but then the Aggies 3 straight goals from Mia Dennis, Natalie Perez, and Bailey Malone have resulted in a 4-1 halftime lead. We'll take a break. We come back the second half between the Crossville Lady Lions and the Sylacauga Lady Aggies right here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. back to the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network for the second half here between the Crossville Lady Lions and the Sylacauga Lady Aggies. The Aggies lead 4-1 after the first half. Goals from Elena Kissick, Natalie Perez, Mia Dennis, and Bailey Malone canceled out. Kaylee Balcazar's solo goal for the Lady Lions. It was tied up 1-1, but 3 goals in the last 10 minutes have set the Aggies apart. And they'll try to keep that momentum rolling in the second half. Natalie Perez and Sydney Carter in the center circle to start the second half for the Aggies. As Perez plays it back towards Forbes to Malone as we begin. Malone finds Dennis, good control. The ball taken off of her feet. Ends up with Jimenez. Malone goes to ground to try to win it back. Carter with it to Perez. Carter. Perez. Perez, nice pass to Dennis. Here's Balcazar. Childress. Carter. Carter. Perez. Perez may just take her chance here. One-on-one. She will. But it's straight at the keeper. Drop ball for the Aggies. Forbes was trying to find Dennis here on the right. He'll go out for a goal kick. Restart here for the Lady Lions. Malone. Perez. Dennis can't get it. Rivera just let it run out. It's an Aggie throw. Forbes finds Malone. The Aggies pressing the issue here early. Not content with their 3-goal lead. Malone. She hit it straight into the ground, took the sting out of the shot. Saved by Martinez in goal. Gaspar. Over to Rollins. Rollins gets it right off the throw in. Here's Gonzalez. Forbes. Can't get it past Rivera. Balcazar chases it with Gardner. Wasn't sure if it was going to be a corner or a goal kick. I think it was out for a goal kick. take this goal kick. Straight to Balcazar. Gardner. Aquino. Will go out for an Aggie throw. Oh, this ball falls for Balcazar. And it was almost Gonzalez pulling the trigger on it. Rollins heads to Malone. Carter plays it over to Perez. Perez by one. She has support. She's got Forbes, Dennis, and Carter all heading into the box, but it bounces around. And now Lady Lions with a chance to get rid of it. And there were no Lady Lions running onto that one over the top. Easy for the Aggies. Malone. Malone just booms this one forward. This can go out of play, but a deep throw in, so Perez easily able to win that one. Good ball in for Dennis, but Martinez quick off her line. Malone. Oh, beautiful skill from Natalie Perez. Cuts back inside. Takes the shot. It's a goal! Natalie Perez with her second of the game. And what a fancy bit of skill. First get by the defender, the right back, and then cutting back inside past three defenders before taking the shot. And it must have had some swerve on it because the keeper looked dumbfounded by it, standing like a statue before eventually watching it go down to her bottom left. The Aggies lead 5-1. Dennis beat Gonzalez to it, now dribbling to the right. She's got help from Carter. Carter, and that one's going to be wide of the near post for a goal kick. .33 minutes left in the second half. The Aggies up 5-1. Straight to Dennis on the goal kick. It will eventually end up with Balcazar here on the left wing. Tries to find Aquino. It ends up with Gonzalez. And this is one for Balcazar to try to run onto, but Pruitt should get there first. And she'll just play it safely out for a throw. It's really been the only truly dangerous thing for Crossville is their balls over the top, which Balcazar has been the most likely to take advantage of, and she did score the one goal for Crossville on one of those situations. Throw into Aquino, back to Gonzalez, and Pruitt has it, goes back to Gonzalez. Malone stepped in front, does it again. Not afraid of a challenge. Perez wins the throw. throw in, where she sends it long. Gaspar. Malone. And it's a high boot judged against the Lady Lions, so the Aggies will have a free kick here. Oh, must have. I guess it took place inside the 18-yard box. Couldn't tell from this angle. It's a penalty. Not a lot of reaction. I did see a little bit of bewilderment from the player that committed it, but man, Malone takes it, sends it to the left, high, and away from the outstretched keeper Martinez. The Aggies put on a 6th. 2 goals from Bailey Malone now. A brace for both her and Natalie Perez, along with goals from Elena Kissick and Mia Dennis. And what was once a 1-1 game is now 5 in favor of the Aggies. 6-1. Childress, Malone. Looking for Perez. Perez does well. It will work its way over to Dennis. Balcazar back to defend. Forbes and Malone back. Bring the defense some solidarity, and because of that positioning, all they can do is another ball over the top by Crossville, which Tinsley's more than ready for. Thump forward by Gardner. Dennis steps in front. Dennis can find Perez. Perez on the right. Cutting inside, looking for a teammate. Plays it to Dennis. Crossville will defend well enough. But they can't progress it to their forwards just yet. Malone loses out to Gonzalez, but not willing to give up, and she eventually wins it back. And that's how to play for a throw. Malone's throw going all the way to the back line, almost to the keeper, but it's clear before it gets to Martinez. And from almost the same position, Malone can do it again. Fakes the throw backwards, then goes to Perez. Perez to Malone. Ball going to work its way to Dennis. Should be out for a corner. It will be. Aggie's going to get one from this near side. Dennis looks primed to take it. Ball comes in, and it's chested in by Elena Kissick. How about that? What control. Not getting her head on it, but instead her chest. And it beats the keeper by the near post. 3 different Aggies have 2 goals in this game as Kissick scored the first, and now she scored the 7th for the Lady Aggies. With 10 minutes left in the first half, the score was 1-1. In 13 minutes of game time since then, the Aggies have scored 6 goals. And they're looking for more, although the Lady Lions with a chance to do something here down the left wing with Balcazar. But Gardner back to defend, and she'll try to keep it from being a corner. She'll do a good job of that. It'll be a throw. Ball comes towards the center of the field, running on for it and taking the shot. And Tinsley palms it down to the ground before grabbing it. Will be a shot on target for the Lions, the first one in a while. Here's Tinsley booming it forward for Perez. It goes over her head. Back to Gaspar here. Gaspar. Tried to play it over to Rollins. It goes out for a throw. Now, you see a couple subs for the Aggies. Serenity Smith into the game for Gardner. Throw. Malone takes it. Goes to Kissick. Kissick, one of 3 Aggies on a hat trick. Along with Natalie Perez and Bailey Malone. Forbus looking for Kissick. Dennis will get to this. She can go to her right. Be played out for I think a very deep throw. Which Forbus will take. Ball comes in. Looking for Dennis. And there'll be another throw. What a break here out of nowhere for the Lions. Balcazar tries to stop on a dime. Working against Pruitt. Pruitt puts a foot in right as Balcazar was going to take a left-footed shot. And line change here practically for the Lady Lions. 4 subs coming in. Bouncing around, Dennis can't get it out of the 18-yard box. What skill. And I think, if whoever that was, number 26 there, still nursing a hit. Jimenez had gone to ground there. She might have drawn a penalty off of Childress, but instead she tried to stay up. No call was made. Now the Aggies can break. Here's Kissick. Sends it forward. It bounces right back to Perez. Perez tries a ball for Dennis. It's going to be close. Dennis just second to it. It'll be out for a throw. Crossville makes the long trip down here from Sand Mountain to Cobb County. As Perez trying to get that hat trick, just missed the half volley. Smith looking for Rollins. Ball just bouncing around right now between both teams. Neither one able to get a grasp of it. This will go out for a throw for the Aggies. The Aggies have taken a firm grasp of this contest. 6 straight goals to lead 7-1. Kissick goes to Dennis. Good work from Carter to win it back for Dennis. Looking for Kissick. Dennis to Carter. Ball goes out for a throw. Almost midway through the second half. The Aggies have scored 3 goals in this half after scoring 4 in the first. Oh, that ball almost got through to Rollins. Kemp fighting for it, plays it in to the box. It bounces around. Now it's going to end up with Garcia. Garcia can't get it to her teammate. Now Childress looking for Kemp. Jimenez goes to her right. And there's just nobody there. Tinsley will grab it. And ball's going straight for Dennis. Now it's going straight out of bounds. Smith will take this throw as he got 2 subs coming in. For the Aggies, it'll be Shania Robinson and Caitlin Patterson into the game. Ware. Kissick. Almost gets it through to Robinson. It'll be a throw in for the Lady Lions. Gaspar. Smith misses her kick, but Pruitt sweeps up behind her, finds Kissick. Kissick sends it forward to Patterson. Carter and Kemp combined to win that one back briefly. But here is Crossville down the right with Jimenez. But she can't find a teammate. She finds Carter instead. Chance. And completely wrong-footed was Tinsley. And I hope she's okay. She is staying on the ground. Back up under her own power is Kayla Tinsley. It's good to see as her knee just buckled a little bit as she tried to change direction. Shot was wide. Here's Ware trying to run on this one. Patterson and Ware work together to get it. Ware looking for Patterson. And Kissick will play it off of the defender for Crossville last. Carter with the throw. Off of Rivera. Aggies with another throw. And the Aggies are going to make a change here. They're going to put Carter in goal. And just as a precaution, I think for Kayla Tinsley, who, if she's feeling that knee at all, don't want to cause any more issues. It'd be better to play it safe with just over 15 minutes remaining here in the second half. The Aggies with the game in hand. No reason to risk anybody that could be prone to greater injury. Stoppage here is Tinsley and Carter trying to get those goalkeeper mitts on. Kayla is walking gingerly to the sideline. She'll have a bit of time to rest up because the Aggies, I don't believe, are scheduled to play another game for at least a week. Smith, good job there. Plays it up for Kissick. Kissick into the midfield. Can't find a teammate. Now Childress looking for Robinson, something to run onto. Out for a throw. Ware wins this ball. See what she does with it down the left. Patterson. And anywhere will do for Crossville. It'll be a very deep throw in on the far side for Sylacauga. Kemp will take it. Bounces to Patterson. Looking for Forbus. bad scramble to get rid of it. The Lions will win, but only as far as Elena Kissick. Aquino looks up but only finds Gaspar. Forbes, now Jimenez. She's been a bit of a dynamo in midfield with good dribbling skills that she shows right there, getting behind two Aggies, but the end product has just been lacking. Carter, her first action as the goalkeeper replacing Tinsley. Jaime Francisco down the left. Aquino puts it in. It's a chance here in the box, but Gaspar, well played. It will be a corner. I thought it might have been off the Lady Lions last, but Aggies like to get back to defend the corner. 12 and a half minutes remains in this result that is pretty much decided. The Aggies leading 7-1. Just seeing out the final 12 minutes. Corner comes in and Sydney Carter comes out to catch it. And immediately releases it. Patterson. She's going to force a throw in. Subs back in for the Aggies include one of the 2 goal scorers, Bailey Malone, back into the game. Played forward. Childress does well, plays it out for a throw. Jimenez, challenged by Malone. And it'll be Aggie ball. Pinballing around in the 18-yard box for the Aggies. They just try to get rid of it. Comes right back in. Now Childress sends it forward and might be able to get it to Gardner. A little bit of activity there from the Lady Lions, and I think it was Alyssa Pruitt coming over for a last-ditch block. Carter might have been scrambling down to her right to try to save that, but instead Pruitt did the dirty work. Goal kick from Childress. Finds Malone, but Malone chests it down to Jimenez. Jimenez over to Aquino. And a foul called on Malone against Aquino. As Clock will be stopped here with just under 9 minutes remains. Keno has to be helped off. A couple of teammates. She's not really putting any, she tried to put some weight on it, but they're fully carrying her off now. She's in a lot of discomfort. Free kick comes in, and Carter over to grab it. Gaspar fighting with two Lady Lions. She comes out of the den with the ball, sends it to the Aggies. Now here's Gardner up top. Tries to play it to Rollins running down the right wing. A little too short. Back with the Lady Lions. Here's Garcia. Nice touch by Garcia to leave it for her teammate. Jimenez. And that's going to be a foul on Malone, leaving out her trailing leg after she tried to win the ball. Another free kick opportunity for the Aggies. Free kick to Carter. She's only able to parry it away, and then with a little bit of shielding help from Melissa Pruitt, is able to grab it. That's going to bounce right over the defender's head. Patterson trying to run onto it. So is Gardner. Matching. And Lady Lion falls down in pursuit of the ball. Here's Jimenez. Probably the most tidy player in possession for the Lady Lions this afternoon into the evening. But she's not able to find a teammate. Passing's been what has been lacking for Jimenez and really these Lady Lions in general. Forbes by one defender, two defenders. I think she tried a nutmeg there. And Pruitt just calm and secure, plays it out for a throw. Jimenez tries the shot, and I'll tell you what, that was one of the better efforts from these Lady Lions outside 18-yard box from about 20, 21 yards out. If it had just had some inward curl, that would have really been a difficult thing for the substitute goalkeeper, Sydney Carter. Came in after Kayla Tinsley tweaked her knee midway through the second half. She's been called into action a few times and done very well, but that would have been a tough save for even Tinsley. It would have been on target. Childress. No call as two players collide. Almost falls to Balcazar. Shot is going to be wide of the near post. The Aggies content with just letting the clock tick, as we have 3.5 minutes remaining in this contest. Smith fighting for the ball. It's going to go out for a throw. Here's a chance. Shot comes in right at Carter. She couldn't have been in a better spot. This one's going to bounce well to Smith. Rollins tries to get it, can't. Comes back to retrieve. Throws it in to Perez. Malone. He's still trying to come up with something here late. Rollins takes a shot and it's blocked. Big time tackle for Malone. Got the ball according to the ref. However, it's Crossville that can try to go forward. And now Perez with it for the Aggies. Plays it to Forbes, is going to go out for throw. Under a minute left. The Aggies cruise today after a shaky start. Or really a shaky middle of the first half after getting the opening goal. But since 10 minutes remained in the first half, has been all Aggies. 10 seconds to go. A corner comes in off of Rollins. It would have been the second chested goal from a corner, but this one is saved by Martinez, and that will do it for the Lady Aggies here at home against Crossville. The final score 7-1. 2 goals from Elena Kissick, 2 goals from Natalie Perez, 2 goals from Bailey Malone, and a goal from Mia Dennis. The difference in this one, 7-1 the final. We'll take a break. When we come back, the boys will go for the sweep against Crossville, a Crossville team that is ranked currently. We'll We'll be back here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. Welcome back to the Aggie Sports Network. The Aggie Sports Network, the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, here for some soccer this evening. If you were with us here for the last couple hours, you just witnessed a comprehensive victory for the Lady Aggies, 7-1 over the Crossville Lady Lions. Now the boys will go for the sweep, but it will be a bit of a tough task against a team that is ranked in the top 10 in Class 5A. These Crossville Lions come into the season with a pretty good record. The Aggies 7-3-1 on the year. They're riding a 3-game win streak. County championship over Lincoln, and then 12-0 Mercy Rule victory over Horseshoe Bend, and then a 2-0 win at Valley on Tuesday in their first area game of the season. Crossville, meanwhile, they won 3-2 at home against Aniana. Their last road game was a 2-0 defeat at Collinsville. They're 6-2 on the season. Only losses coming against Collinsville and Coleman. As Sylacauga starting fast. And it will be a corner, I believe, for the Aggies. Early, Lee Cooper taking it. Comes in low. Shaw fighting for it. Well won by Ethan Brown. Comes in. Touched on by Gaspar. Shaw tries to run onto it. Here come the Lions, trying to go straight down the middle. And Holdeman steps in front. And Casey Malone backtracking. And now he'll turn with it down the left. Finds Peyton Wheeler. And he's going to go out of play right before he was able to find Wheeler. Aggies look like they're in a 4-2-3-1. Be a foul on number 7. That's Joe Gaspar. It's the first foul of the evening against the Aggies. Be a free kick for Collinsville. Comes in, and I don't know if that was a cross or going for goal from that far out, but Cole Wright going to his left. Had it covered, though, but what a nice piece of power there on that free kick take. Aggies will start short on the goal kick. Going down this left side. Shaw. Gaspard, now to Malone. Malone looking down the left. That's a very good ball. The Aggies fighting to get on the end of it. And we got a penalty. It looks like a penalty was called as Shaw was completely taken out. I thought the keeper got a piece of it, but maybe it didn't matter to the ref's opinion because of how hard the goalkeeper came in. As Shaw was completely cleaned out. And sometimes players believe just because they get a piece of the ball, everything else is fair game. And it's being waved off. The keeper did get the ball, but I thought he just completely cleaned out Shaw instead. After discussing things with the assistant sideline official, the head official has decided against a penalty. Instead, it'll be a restart here. And Coach Faircloth wants an explanation. I wonder if he'll be pleased with the explanation or not. So we'll see what is awarded here. It should be an Aggie corner. After the penalty is disallowed, instead it is a drop ball, which will be picked up. Cooper dispossessed. The forward line for the Lions. Try to go down the right, but they can't keep it in play. Cooper with a long throw. Gaspar should get to this first. He does. He recycles possession back. Jarrett Harris over to Holdeman. Holdeman looking for Carter. Fisher. And looking for Carter. Fisher. To Brown. Brown tries to send it forward but miss kicks. Oh, Carter just so quick there. Gaspar. This one bouncing around and over here to the Lions. They go from left to right through the midfield. Oh, and that's a nice ball. Shot taken, but Colwright goading his forward for the Lions to come get the ball, but he claims it after originally saving it with his feet. And that is a big-time kick down the field, looking for Casey Malone. Lions able to get it back over here on this far sideline. Cutting inward and dispossessed well by Gaspar. Here's Shaw. Shaw can let Wheeler run on this. Oh, and Wheeler is so frightening with his pace. Lions just able to get rid of it. It will go out of play, though, for an Aggie throw. Harris just trying to get that ball to roll out of play. Never would, and eventually he has to send it out himself. Big time tackle. Harris sends it out for a corner. Lions take the shot. And that one was not far away from the top left-hand corner. My goodness. Would have been absolutely perfectly placed if it had gone in. Instead, it's just a goal kick. Gaspar, nice touch. He can look to his left or his right here for a teammate. He will go left to Shaw. Shaw tries to cross it in. Gaspar. Back to Shaw. Shaw can't keep it in play. It'll be a goal kick. Not sure what the foul call there was, or unless it was an offside. Free kick for the Lions. Goes straight to Casey Malone. Malone taken out from behind. A little bit extracurricular activity there. And no card given out. No real talking to even. Just a little bit of calm down signaling from the head official. And we'll take the free kick. Malone. It's in a dangerous area. But it came off the side of Shaw's head. Wheeler's also going up for it. And it goes left of the far post for a goal kick. Aggies work it all the way back to goal right before coming back out of defense. Now Jarrett Harris will play it long. Looking to play it long. Looking for Gaspar. It's going to go out for a throw-in. Malone immediately took it away after the restart and took a long-range shot at one skip to goalkeeper. Now he's going to pounce on this throw out, and he's all over the place right now. Fisher. A nice find from Carter. Gets it to Malone. Malone. And trying to find Shaw as Holdeman, but it goes out for a throw. Oh, this ball goes straight through to Gaspar. Gaspar. Oh, and it's almost Wheeler. And Wheeler slid in, and the keeper acting like Wheeler slid in and hit him in the face. I thought Wheeler did everything he could to go towards the track of the ball and avoid the keeper. He may have caught Crossville goalkeeper there. Saw a similar incident result in a red card the finals of the Talladega County tournament. There's Casey Malone going in on the goalkeeper for Lincoln. Back here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we come back just at midway point through the first half. Still scoreless between Sylacauga and Crossville. This game has really been played mostly in the midfield. The Aggies trying to take control of the game, but Crossville's had their opportunities as well. They've been few and far between in the actual final third. As it comes back to Crossville's back line. As they try to go through the middle. And it should be, and we got a little bit of shoving here. And Braden Cooper and number 10 for Crossville getting into it. The referee brings them together and talks it over and wants no more of that funny business. Throw in comes, and it is sent well away from Holdeman. Shot, that is just left of the near post, and it looks like Wright got a hand to it. Fingertip save. It was swerving, and he was sprawling down to his right. Comes in, and it's going to be a goal. A perfectly placed cross from the Ville. It was driven low on the ground, and it had to be finished. And the Lions lead 1-0. Wins it for the Aggies. Here's Malone. Malone trying to play it up to Hubbard. That should go to Wright. Right. Sends it sky high. He's going to find Carter over here. Nice turn from Carter. Playing on the byline. Tries to feed it to Hubbard. Crossville now with a chance to slow things down and attack when they want, and they do, but that one is going to be safely claimed by Cole Wright, who slips as he tries to take the kick, and he can't kick it. He's already touched it. But thankfully, Ethan Brown was really the only Aggie ready for such a unlikely scenario. Now here's Crossville forward once more. An offside call against the Lions, trying to find the winger in that right channel. kick taken by Wright. Here's Malone. Now Shaw. Shaw tries to play back to Malone. It's out for a throw. Hernandez back to try to help. It should be a goal kick. It is. Crossville having the better of the possession right now, especially since their goal. Good step up from Brown. Holdeman. Here's a chance for Hubbard. And that one, deep cross. Not able to be kept in play. Gaspar and Wheeler running in tandem. Hernandez just can't find Malone. Jarrett Harris. That's a really good ball. Skips by one. Comes in. And Wright will get that. We are almost able to jump on the loose touch there. Oh, and goes down, but no foul. Gaspar back to help win possession now. Harris. Free kick for Crossville.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention? We have a
Offside against Crossville on that free kick. Carter back into the game for the Aggies. Wheeler almost releases Shaw down the left. Crossville's just been so good at playing through the lines here in the first half. Down on the left, floated cross. Is dealt with by the Aggies. Here's Gaspar. Gaspar asking for a foul. No call. And I think that was some frustration coming out from the Aggies and Casey Malone. Shaw shrugs off one, and he was fighting about 3 different Lions. Eventually, their persistence got the team called for a foul. Holdeman looking for Malone. He'll run through. High on the near sideline and out for a Crossville throw-in. Shaw had a chance at that one. And it's offside. And the Aggies are getting really frustrated with the antics. Crossville seems to be challenging for things pretty late, sometimes after the whistle. tied up for a good portion of the first half. A little bit past the halfway point when Crossville struck to take the lead. Now we are in the last 5 minutes of the first half. The Aggies finally with the ball deep in Crossville territory. Shaw puts one in that's a bit of a risky decision to come out, but one that had to be made for the Crossville keeper. Late challenge comes in on Brown, no call. That's the frustration for the Aggies, is they're playing in between the whistles. And they're also not being nearly as aggressive as Crossville is, and Crossville not getting called for a lot of fouls due to it. Gaspar loses out. Here's Malone. Sandoval working with him. Do the game for the first time. And well, one back by Carter and Shaw. Wheeler helps Malone out. Malone can pick out a teammate. He goes to Sandoval. Sandoval still trying to stick with it. And a free kick for the Aggies. Comes in and bounces to the goalkeeper. Rough challenge there.
Hey, Sylacauga, y'all get in on that meeting. Let's fill in the rest here. Let's hear what they're saying.
Free kick for the Lions. 2:49 remains in the first half. Couple subs coming on. Holdeman into the game again. Ethan Brown, Shaw tries to play Wheeler through on goal. Shaw, Wheeler lays it off for Sandoval. Sandoval back to his left to Wheeler. Wheeler through one. Malone. And that was the best passage of play for the Aggies in quite a while. The link up between Gaspar and Wheeler really good there. Malone benefited with a shot at the top of the box. It's a little bit too far to the left. Goal kick for Crossville, headed by Carter. Shaw battling hard over there and earns a throw in. He's trying to play in the final third of Crossville for the last couple minutes. That one headed on towards goal from Wheeler, but not really a threat in the end. What a tackle from Fisher, and it's called a foul. It was majorly physical, but it looked like a pretty good one in the end. a lot of talking in this game to the official. A lot of disagreement about how it's been judged so far. A very chippy first half. And I'm sure tensions will only mount in the second half as we only have 39 seconds remaining. Even though this is not an area game, it's still a competition, and there's a lot of competitors on the field right now. Wheeler trying to get to this. He's going to. Can he keep it in play? And he just barely cannot. Maybe the last opportunity for the Aggies in this half. Crossville'd still like another one. Maybe just one more chance as Shaw tried to feed in Malone, but that should do it for the first half. Crossville leads 1-0 after a goal just past the halfway mark. We have 40 more minutes to play as the Aggies will try to even this thing up or possibly take the lead in the second half. We'll take a break. We'll step aside when we come back. More Sylacauga Aggie soccer on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. get the second half underway here from the Aggie soccer field on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. The Aggies trailing 1-0 to the Crossville Lions. Have some work to do if they're to make it a sweep tonight after the Lady Aggies won 7-1 over the Lady Lions in the first contest early this afternoon. He's trying to work it through the middle. Shaw to Fisher. It's going to go out for a throw. Shaw takes it quickly as Fisher still holding his face from that last challenge. And this one's going to bounce nicely for Cooper. Cooper tried to cross in, but a little bit too much. Goal kick here for Crossville. Gaspar trying to win it back. Yeah, I think they're going to call foul on Fisher for pushing it back. And how physical this game's been, that was the lightest foul call of the game. There was a directive to try to blow the whistle more often, keep this game in check because of how rough it got early on. Here's Malone. Malone trying to feed Wheeler. It's going to go off of Harris last to throw in right underneath us here. Cooper. Pretty good ball there for Shaw. Shaw not able to retrieve it in the end. Double sliding tackle. And the chippiness continues. Malone just misses taking the ball off the back line. Wright will come get this one. Offside call. Malone fouled. Looks up asking for the call and nothing. Now Crossville with it. Out off of the Lions last. Gaspar going to try to take this quickly, and now he's going to leave it for Fisher. Right will come get this. Falls to Malone. Malone tries to play Wheeler in. It's a race, a sprint. Wheeler. Goal kick. This falls to Malone. Cooper. Cooper keeps it in play, but here's Malone. And Malone just didn't wrap his foot around it. It never had the curl. It goes out wide for a goal kick. Big time throw taken by the Aggies. They work it down the field, do it again. This time it's towards the center of the field, almost makes it into the 18-yard box. Crossville's able to get rid of it and break. Safely played out by Harris. Handball against Crossville.
He knew he touched it with his hand.
Hold them and take. Oh, this is a good opportunity for the Aggies and Wheeler, and it's going to be a corner. So let's see what routine the Aggies try here from the corner. Coming in, aiming for Wheeler, and keeper has to just push it wherever. He parries it back behind his own goal for another corner. Another one comes in. Gaspar tries to head it towards the goal. And that's going to go out of play. It could have been a break for Crossville. It was wasted. The Aggies will get the ball back. Trying to find Cooper in the middle. Wheeler. He's just not able to link up very well right now. Crossville sends it forward, but Ethan Brown intercepts. Here's Gaspar. Malone, nice find back to Gaspar. Gaspar takes the shot, and in the end, it's a relatively tame effort. Goalkeeper saves. 29 minutes left in the contest with the Aggies down 1-0. Jarrett Harris wins the ball back. Gaspar barged into. Wheeler takes the shot. It's deflected. And there's a down player for Crossville. This ball is going to go to the left. Kept in play. Out for a Crossville throw. Throw in for the Aggies. Right back with Crossville. Wright comes to get. He'll start quickly again with a throw. There's a good one up to Shaw. Foul. Shaw was trying to run down the right sideline, and it's a little bit of upper body contact there. Foul call against Crossville. Holdeman will find Cooper. Cooper plays it in, but Shaw was the closest, most likely to get to it, and he's just unable to. Quick throw out. Crossville trying to work something here. And it's a foul called against Ethan Brown. And that one is on the edge of the area. free kick to be taken by the Lions. Goes underneath the wall, but Wright stood his ground. Yeah, he's still in this thing, only down a goal. That bounces through Wheeler. The way this game's been played, very physical. You'd think this was an area contest. Corner kick for Crossville. Another Crossville throw. Now it'll be an Aggie throw with Harris. Cooper will take this one. Cooper will take this one as well. And the Aggie players and fans not thrilled with the officiating right now. A lot of calls going against them. It'll be a free kick for Crossville. Makes it through. Shot comes on. That's going to be well wide. Scuffed at it. It'll be a free or a goal kick for Sylacauga. Trying to let Wheeler go on to this one. He may get there. He does. There's a huge collision. Who touched the ball and who? And a goal kick. So you're telling me that I guess I'm assuming this is what would have to have played out in order for this to make any sense. The defender got there first and played it off of Wheeler. And then a huge collision happens after that. They both go down. There's no foul, and it's a goal kick. We'll have to say that that's what happened because anything else would have been a bad call by the official. That's a bad pass given straight to Malone. He'll take the shot. Outstretched, and it is a save for the Lion goalkeeper. What an incredible effort, both from Malone and from the keeper. Comes in. Sylacauga just can't get the ball back right here as Crossville just continues to break and continues to have the ball bounce in their favor. Eventually, the Aggies play it out for a throw. Midway through the second half, the score still sits in favor of the Lions, 1-0. Aggie throw. Comes to Shaw. Shaw tells his teammates to go forward. He'll play it down the left side. Malone should get to this first. He cuts inside. Passes it to Gaspar. And Gaspar just gets completely underneath it and kills all of the power of the shot. It'll be a goal kick for Crossville. Goal kick goes straight to Cooper. Gaspar back to Cooper. Gaspar takes the shot, but it's wide of the near post. Much better struck than the last shot attempt, but still not able to challenge the keeper. Not like Casey Malone did a few minutes ago, and it really kind of has sparked the Aggies. Since then, Crossville struggled to play out from the back, and the Aggies have had half chance after half chance. Maybe they'll get another one here, maybe even a full one, maybe even a goal. Gaspar. Malone falls as he takes the shot. And it will be a goal kick. Not the first slip for the Aggies tonight. Goal kick won by Shaw, goes to Wheeler. It's scuffed. And Malone plays it out, but it's a throw way down near the corner flag, and that's taken up way too close. That was almost beside the corner flag, and it'll be a throw in for the Aggies. How about another? Malone may try to send this towards the box. He goes short. Gaspar tries to find Wheeler or Malone, can't get either. Cross comes in, hold him in deals. And a foul called against Crossville. Malone wins it. Aggies with a chance to break. Malone just needs to find a teammate. It falls to Shaw. And we're going to have a yellow card, looks like here against Shaw. Looked like Shaw may have been fouled in the build-up before Crossville took the ball. And then trying to get it back, Shaw commits the infringement and is booked for it. Clock stop with 14:03 remaining. The Lions still clinging on to a 1-0 lead. Free kick goes straight to Cooper. He can't keep it. Ball not hit very well, and the Aggies may be able to press. Start a press here. They try to, but they'll go back to the keeper. This ball will go out of play, and the Aggies with a throw. An illegal throw called against Hayden Hubbard. Now, was that called a foul on the edge of the box, or that was called on the edge of the box? It was really close to being in the 18-yard box, so it will just be a free kick. Two standing over it. Could come in from the left or the right. Aggies going with the 4 in a wall, one lying down behind. They did try a low shot on a free kick earlier. This one goes straight into the wall. Gaspar deals with it. It's coming up to Carter. Carter trying to release Malone, but he overhits it out of play. Takes the shot, and it deflects wide. Will be a corner for Crossville. And swinging corner, headed over Actually, it was wide of the far post. That was a point-blank header. The Aggies scraping by, trying to keep this thing still within reach. And another foul. Cooper.
Black, we need to fall down, guys. That's how you get a call.
Time just evaporating off the clock right now. Almost taking a full minute. That one deflects. Wright has to dive to his right to save. The Aggies will keep it in play here, but so much time just milked off the clock. Almost an entire minute waiting for that free kick. Time the Aggies need right now. Down a goal. Crossville attacking once again. Here's Cooper with a chance to go forward. He just booms it up for Carter. Gaspar steps in front, bouncing around. Here's a chance. Gaspar can't get up. Gaspar staying down on the ground. Carter asking for help. Carter falls down, and it's going to be a foul. I think it may be cramps for Gaspar. Clock stopped for an injury with 8:21 remaining. You wait for the restart here. Malone will take the free kick. Aggies try to get on the end. Shaw might have had a chance, but it's out for a goal kick. Diving save. What a save. Corner for the Aggies. Goalkeeper comes flying over to punch, headed back into the box, and the keeper will claim it. 7 minutes and 15 seconds remains. The Aggies have numbers forward, trying to win the ball early as they search for that goal. Wheeler will play it out for a throw. Holdeman telling his teammates to run forward. He's going to send it. Cooper jumps in front of that one. Yellow card sent or given to a Crossville player for really just repeated offenses. I think at this point, now he's pleading his case. Holdeman flicks it on to Shaw, who plays it forward to Malone. Malone puts it in. It's put in by Shaw. He's onside, and with 5.5 minutes remaining, the Aggies tie it up 1-1. It all started with the head from Wheeler, sending it forward onto Shaw. He found Malone, who put on a shot on goal. The keeper has been fantastic, but he couldn't stop the Aggie forwards on this occasion. And now let's see what Crossville does. They turned into a much more defensive team over the last 15 minutes, but now they have the onus to attack. The Aggies, even in that defensive setup, found a counter. Could they do it again? Fisher overruns, gives an opening for the Lions. And that's going to be a challenge in on Ethan Brown. Free kick for the Aggies. Bouncing through. Malone trying to get to it. It's going to go out for a throw for the Aggies. Malone begging his teammates to turn around, take it quick. Wheeler tries to win it, but it's going to be instead the Lions breaking forward. Throw in for Crossville. Ball just boom forward now to play. and here's a chance. One defender has to go against two. He'll play it safely out for a throw. Smart decision there with Malone and Wheeler bearing down on him. Out for another throw. And it goes straight to the keeper on the throw in off the head of Wheeler. Fisher wants teammates to get back and help. This one's threaded through, and it's got to be a foul. No attempt to play the ball. Looking at the man the whole way, and that's definitely a foul. I think you got the same call right there against Malone. Free kick for Crossville. And now we got a handball. Right now, neither team can play it very cleanly. Stop the clock as the referee wants to talk to number 19. He was complaining. He thought he got fouled after he handled the ball. Holdeman takes the free kick forward. Malone, and just not hard enough. Couldn't find Wheeler or Shaw. It one hopped into the keeper's hands. Carter played out for a throw. The Aggies with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. And it's going to be thrown out of play. This one. Brown. Malone. This will go out for a throw. 30 seconds remains. Fisher looking to take quickly. He throws it in for Wheeler. Wheeler. And it drops, and Carter and Shaw both can't get there. Malone. Heads it down, he's offside. It was a close one, but he's offside. He misses anyway. And that should do it. And the Aggies are able to get a result in the last 5 minutes. A goal from Anderson Shaw ties it up, and that's how it finishes here from the Aggie soccer field. No losses for the Aggies tonight after the girls win 7-1 and the Aggies draw 1-1. For Michael Giddens here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, this has been a product of Radio Alabama Sports. For Alex Bauman on the camera and running the graphics and the computer. Thank you from both of us here, and we look forward to when we return, which will be probably after spring break. Until then, goodbye from the Aggie Sports Network. Have a good night. Stay safe. Thank you.